Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today, Hare and I are going to be talking about the Ubisoft Forward 2023. Hare and I grabbed Hare mostly because Hare and I share a lot of games from this company. We have strong feelings with this company as well. We yeah. Him with Siege, myself with Assassin's Creed. So, little spoiler alert for this. There is no. I didn't see any Siege news.
There was no Siege news, no.
There was no Siege news. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss it. Okay.
So they had a little like hype reel of content creators for it, but that was about it.
Okay.
There was no news.
Yeah. So there is no Siege news, but there's they still have a good amount of stuff. They did a decent job, I think. Little light on the little light on everything, but shouldn't take too long. I know I said that for PlayStation last time. And I think we went over an hour and a half because Joker and I went into detail of the Spider-Man 2 gameplay, and we both loved it. So if you guys want to see what Joker and I were talking about for the PlayStation Showcase, I'll put the link in the description below. So
I want to say one thing
that
bothered me the whole show, and it's petty, but every time I saw it, I was like, They kept saying a Ubisoft original, not an Ubisoft original.
Yes, a lot of great.
AN, not A. It bothers the shit out of me. I'm petty. Hate on me in the comments all you want. I couldn't unsee it.
It's a grammar thing.
And now you can't either.
Yeah, now you can't either. It's a grammar thing. They fucked up on the grammar.
Right. Well, it's a French company, right? So I mean,
yeah, that too. True enough.
Can't.
Yeah.
Harp on them too hard.
So this game was announced a couple of years ago. There wasn't really anything by it. It was just cinematic stuff. We're just gonna jump right into it. This is Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. This was like a good chunk of the beginning of the show. They showed another trailer. They showed the story. They showed a little bit of gameplay. They wanted us to see this game.
They showed a fair amount of gameplay, actually.
Yes, they did.
Way more than I kind of expected from them.
Right?
It was great gameplay.
Sure.
It was a solid showing. It was a very solid lead too.
Yes.
I'm really into how much it looks like Far Cry. I've heard other people say like, oh, hey, look, like it's Far Cry. But
it does look like
Avatar.
Far Cry. Yeah.
But it looks like such a good evolution for Far Cry. Like I've played every Far Cry since Far Cry 3 and Blood Dragon, and I think I've only finished 3. I don't think I ever got through all of 4, 5, or 6. It's because I feel like that formula is a little stale.
It is
like just stale enough that I never finished the games, but I think it just looks like such a natural, good kind of expansion on the Far Cry formula.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they just to give you a little insight of what they did. We're not going to explain every detail. If you guys want to see that, go check out the Ubisoft Forward, and then come back here to listen to our stuff about it. They did. It's an up and down for me, honestly, because when I first saw it, it was like it was skipping a lot. The graphics weren't all that great, but I do understand that it is not really finished yet. I understand that, but I don't know. It kind of threw me off for something either really good open world, which they showed, I think, every part of that world.
Yeah. They gave you a good kind of idea of what to expect, right?
Yeah.
Between like the story and gameplay and kind of like scope of the game. I agree that it does look a little unfinished, but did they give a release date for it?
Yes, they do. I have the release dates for everything on here, what they have and they don't have. This is December 7th, 2023.
Oh, so then that footage is still probably
it's
the
probably
thing you remember about a lot of trailers is that footage wasn't taken the day they edited that together.
No,
that footage could be months old already.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like, if they're confident in showing us a little janky footage, then I mean they're confident in how the final product's going to end up anyway. So it's the same with some other things that people were saying. I'll get another one that people were talking about. I'll get to later on. It's in the showing. So
like I said before, it wasn't finished yet. So that I knew that, even though it kind of swayed me a little bit. But you know what? Maybe it'll look better. Well, once you do like somewhere closer to the date, maybe something in October, they'll throw out a little something for us.
One thing I do like about this for the storyline is that they found a good way to like kind of put the human side and the Navi side kind of together.
Yeah.
Right. Just like in the first movie, right? The whole like, you know, kidnapped Navi children, like shitty idea, like in terms of like morals. But like that allows you to, you know, like that's why your character can use guns, but also can do Navi shit. So like it's just very smart decision and kind of fusing the both worlds, because I think that's where Avatar is definitely gonna like shine.
Right? Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And you know what? It may come out, it may look like Far Cry, but I'm sure it'll do just fine on its own.
Yeah, and when I say when I compare it to Far Cry, I mean like in a good way.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can really see like the weapon wheel, then when even the camera when you run it around, it's a first person view. So.
Oh, it really sold me like, oh yeah, okay, no, this is definitely Far Cry. When they were like, oh yeah, reclaim the human base so you can get better crafting material to upgrade your bow. I was like, oh, that's so fucking Far Cry. Like,
yes.
And I'm about it though. I'm about it.
Yeah. All right. Before we keep talking about this more, because we have a bad habit, me and other people have a bad habit, just keep talking about the same thing and going around circles over and over again. So let's keep going.
That's a good way to move it on.
So we have a game called Et's Defiant. This was in closed beta for about a month or so in April, month and a half. And it's a first-person arcade shooter with the likeness of other Ubisoft characters, if I remember correctly. Yes.
Yeah, so it borrows a bunch of factions, and
that's it.
I don't necessarily know about characters, but factions from
factions was the big thing.
Various Ubisoft franchises.
Yeah. So they showed like other streamers who were in the closed beta say how good it feels, you know, the kills and all this stuff, right? All the good first person shooter players out there. It's a first person arcade shooter. It's been done. I don't see anything really special with it. There's kill streaks.
I feel like at this point in time in Call of Duty clones,
the
only thing you can really do is nail mechanics.
That's the thing. Like, and you know what?
The time to kill, the movement.
That's right.
The balance of weapons and kill streaks. And then make it, you know, just have constant content, constant updates, constant balancing, like that kind of thing. Like that's the only way you make a Twitch shooter like that in today's age. And from what I'm hearing, like I haven't played it, and I know unfortunately little about it really. But from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, a lot of people really think that they have nailed it, and this is potentially the Call of Duty competitor that people needed.
Yeah, and so they do have an open session playing coming from June 21st to the 23rd. Like the next week. So someone like that for 2 days.
I think that's a week from this weekend.
So from this recording on June 14th, next week on the 21st to the 23rd, they'll have an open session so everybody can play. And you know what? When they also showed their plan of what they're releasing. They have a crap ton of stuff they're releasing. Extra factions, extra weapons, double-digit maps, like 12 maps from pre, and another 12 in the first year. They have a lot of stuff releasing.
I don't remember. I wish I wrote it down, but they had said like what their plan was for releasing a maps. It's like every month, every 2 months or something.
It's
like a new map.
Yeah, so the first year is 12 maps, and they said it's going to be one map per month. So that entire year is going to be one map per month. Which,
that's nuts.
That's insane. But the one thing I worry about is that they're already releasing so much right off the get-go. It talks into the long term of the game. What do they do after they dump so much into the first year? So are they expecting the game for it to be kind of slowed down after the second or third year? Do they have any ideas of what they want to do with the factions, or maybe something cool, or other special events, stuff like that later on down the line?
My guess would be it's a combination of two things. First, everyone complains about content for like every shooter that's ever come out. Battlefield 2042 launched. People complained about a lack of content. Halo Infinite came out. People complained about a lack of content.
They did.
Like a lot of these, like kind of like games as a service almost. Shooters come out sometimes without enough content, and there's not enough content in between to like major releases for people to stay invested. And if you don't have people invested, because it's a free-to-play model,
yeah,
it's gonna die, right? You can only rely on your whales so much,
and which is what, yeah. That's why I'm so worried, because they're releasing so much. They're releasing so much on the first year that I don't know what they're gonna do for the rest of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years down the line.
I think it'll be like Siege. In Siege, they used to do a new map every season, new attack and a new defender every season, and now they do maybe a rework in a season. Maybe they do every other season. It's a new map. They do one operator, and I mean that kind of works now. Now that it's so far, because if you have too many operators, right, like it becomes a balance nightmare, and you run out of ideas. So I feel like it's gonna start to it's gonna fall off a little bit, but I feel like at that point in time, people might be overstimulated, and it might be a good thing that it might feel better that they're dropping off.
Yeah.
So it might be their long-term tactic to do it too. So.
Yeah. Well, we'll just have to see. You know what? I don't. Well, I'll try it. June 21st, 23rd. I'll download it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try it for sure. The only thing, my only concern about it is if they put Sam Fisher in it, because I'll be pissed, because Ubisoft clearly has a vendetta against Sam Fisher. They'll put him in any game but his own.
But his own, yes.
Like
yes.
It makes me so mad.
Yeah, I know. There is no release date for. Well, they say releasing later this summer, so probably late August. Probably they're gonna release it. So this next game, I would say like an oldie favorite from this company. Lots of cool time powers, all that stuff. But you know what? The style of game they took this, I did not expect it. They made Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown a side-scroller action game.
Yeah, and I'll say it to everyone else, for everyone else that doesn't remember. Prince of Persia was originally a 2D scroller. It's the same with Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, was it really
a 2D? Yes, it was.
Oh,
it was. So this is a return to form for them. Actually.
Really? Oh, that's good to know. Yeah. I didn't know that, because I played when it was I played the one on the GameCube when it was in 3D. Yeah.
So a lot of people think Prince of Persia: Sands of Time.
Yeah, Sands of Time. Yeah,
is the intro to Prince of Persia, but it's not. There's at least one. There might even be two. I don't remember, but I know there's at least one. The original game was 2D.
But if you know what other game Hare's talking about, put it down in the comments below, because this is all news to me. So it's really good that you know
the original Prince of Persia.
There you go. The
original Prince of Persia was 2D.
Yeah. But it's the story. I'll give you a little bit of the story for what I remember, because I literally watched it last night when I got home from work. You are the youngest member of this elite squad. You're trying to find Prince Hassan, and you find that there's magic power here coming from past, present, and future at the same time. You have the power to try to figure it out and try to fix it. I won't give you much more detail than that. They explain everything at the Ubisoft Forward. We're just here mostly to just give our ideas of what we think about the game. And you know what? The combat looks cool.
It looks very high skill ceiling.
Yes.
Right? Like it's going to involve a lot of skill.
Learning of the mechanics.
It's mechanically complicated.
Oh yeah.
And I felt a little like Soulsy in it, right? Like just in watching boss movements and stuff, because there's great looking boss battles. Like it's really fast, really snappy movements. The animation style is fantastic.
Yes.
The 2D movement simultaneously reminds me of Ori and the Blind Forest. Like the whole thing. The original reveal, I was like, this is very Ori, right?
Yeah.
But watching the gameplay reveal really gave me Celeste vibes. Like jumping over things, dashing, falling under a wall, resetting, going, dashing. Like the whole thing looks mechanically complicated.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Like, in a rewarding kind of way.
If you learn to be able to do it, because they did showed a combo that was at least 10 to 15 seconds long, and you're still in the air at that point.
Oh yeah.
It's insane. Yeah, I think you guys are fans of Prince of Persia. You played all the games. I think you'll enjoy this one. I don't know where he gets his powers from. I don't know. That you'll just have to play the game on January 18th, 2024 to figure that out. So this one caught me by surprise. I didn't think of this one at all. This guy comes out, I don't know, kind of like SWAT gear, weird looking glasses, hair.
Okay, so I really want to talk about this. I really want to talk
go
about
ahead,
this.
go ahead. Yep.
This is gonna before I even get to Captain Laserhawk.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I want to say a couple things to you, Ubisoft. First, stop doing pre-shows. It's 2023. Nobody fucking cares. We just want to see the games.
Yeah.
2, stop putting Just Dance fucking musical numbers in your shows. Nobody wants to watch it. The people who are excited about Just Dance, show them some songs that are on it. They'll be fucking hyped. They'll appear to the game. I promise you. Stop wasting my time.
I didn't see any Just Dance. Oh, the pre-show.
It was right at the beginning. It was right at the end of the pre-show.
Oh, you know what? I didn't get anything for the pre-show. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, it was because it was a waste of your fucking time. It was 20 minutes you'll never get back of your life.
Okay, good to know.
And third, moving into Captain Laserhawk, you guys got to stop trying so hard in your presentation, because this is one of the worst presentations I've ever seen for people trying to set up jokes and being met with total fucking silence.
Yeah,
it was a very cringy,
poor,
like not even just this guy's reveal of Captain Laserhawk, but the entire thing. There was plenty of jokes where they stopped and waited for something, and you could hear the audience breathing.
It was
crickets. So fucking quiet.
You could put on crickets, you could. That's what it sounded like.
And it wouldn't even be funny because it would just match so well.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy came out. I know nothing about him.
Nope.
He's making cringy jokes about being a fan fiction writer.
Yeah.
He's trying all these different jokes and funny things, and it's just he's in this like full cosplay, weird future neon retro SWAT gear.
Yeah.
And it was just such a cringy, awful experience. It was like watching the class weeb do a report on his favorite anime.
Oh my god.
And he's finger woo and half the thing. It is on that level. If your skin just crawled, I promise you it would crawl watching this.
God.
And the whole thing was to reveal this hodgepodge Netflix anime. It's definitely
they call it an anime,
that he first off, he was like, oh, this Easter egg packed trailer, like full of action, like it had 2 Easter eggs, dead sex in it, and there's a frog Ezio.
Yeah.
Like it's this weird, so it's called Captain Laserhawk Blood Dragon remix
show,
and it's just a mishmash. Like it's like Blood Dragon themed, which I fucking love Blood Dragon. I would love to have a Blood Dragon anime or an animated series. This just looks like it's mashing anything it can in any way it can to be weird and interesting. And it looks like after the way this guy came out and did his presentation, I have little to no hopes for it.
You know what I think they did? They saw Cyberpunk, the anime, and thought, maybe we can do that. Because that reminded me when he was up on top of the car shooting with like the Mega Man laser gun on his hand. I'm telling you, it looks like something Cyberpunk would do, but they would make it look better.
I fucking didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it looks like Cyberpunk.
You are 100% correct. Like they were like, what, guys? Cyberpunk Edge Runners really slapped, and it was fucking fantastic. Let's have somebody that's not even nearly as good as Studio Trigger come in and try to replicate that.
It was not great.
Am I gonna watch it because I have a Netflix account? Yeah. Am I gonna am I expecting to watch one episode and throw up in my mouth? A little bit. A little bit. Although, as much as I make fun of it, I am kind of about Frog Ezio or the Frog Assassin.
So I saw Frog Ezio and I thought, oh, that's strange. I didn't expect that.
I'm completely about him.
That's funny.
And if he carries, I'll finish the show. But I mean, and anything with DedSec in it, like I'm a big, as much as like the games aren't the greatest, I love Watch Dogs. I always have. Something just clicks with me. So if DedSec has a major part in it, I might be more inclined.
Yeah, I did see the DedSec logo. Like, oh, okay, we're going to see some hackers. And I didn't see any hackers.
One of the 2 Easter eggs in their Easter egg packed
was DedSec and Frog Ezio. So if you guys want to see that on Netflix, they say that the show is releasing fall of 2023. So like in the next like 3 months. So all that fun stuff. So this next one is a phone game. You can pre-register now to get early downloads, stuff like that. And I looked at it and it's like, huh, I played this game before. That's very strange. Is there another one coming out? Because I know there's a Division 2 that I've played. Not a bad game. But my friend Croissant and I have tried it. It's okay. Not the best in the world. And I thought, man, this game looks like shit. And there's a reason why. Because Tom Clancy, The Division Resurgence is a phone game.
So they launched into this thing, right?
Yeah.
With that cinematic trailer of them going through New York. And I thought like, okay, like they're just trying to set up, maybe there's a new Division 2 expansion. I don't know why.
Yeah,
they would do
or
that
maybe
now.
it's another season they're releasing something. That's what I thought first.
Yeah,
too.
So maybe something would be going on there. Like maybe they're just going to lead it. Like I thought for sure they were going to lead it into Heartlands, which is their next Division game. That's like their next, like mothership Division game.
Okay.
That I think is even like that's been shown. Like it actually like it takes place in the countryside. It's got survival elements. It actually looks good. And I thought it was leading into that somehow because that would make sense because you've already shown it.
Yeah.
It looks great. And then you announce a mobile game and not even mention it.
Yeah.
Like it just I think this was the point where I think the audience lost all faith and they started becoming absolutely just like, no, please be done. Because I just had flashbacks to Diablo Mobile. Like nobody wanted that. No, like the Division is such in itself even a niche game.
It is.
Like it did well on release, but now it has only its cult following. Like, do you think its cult following really wants to play it on their phones? Like nobody really I feel like nobody wants that. It's been very well documented that gamers do not like the major AAA franchises
on their phones
put into their mobile phones.
Yeah.
Like historically, that just doesn't work. And it'd be different if you were like, oh yeah, maybe we're putting the Division 2 into a cloud service, right? Like that would make more sense because cloud is a big buzz thing right now.
Oh yeah.
So like why you wanted to make the Division a mobile game? It doesn't make sense to me. One that they did show another mobile game as a little, foreshadowing for what's coming up.
Yes.
And I think that has a little bit more merit, but I don't think this is a great idea for them.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna do. Like I said before, you can pre-read if you have Google Play or App Store. That I couldn't figure because I don't have an Apple App Store, Google Play. They have it on pre-register. You can have it, and they'll let you know when you can download it. That's also going to be on fall 2023, for what I have here. So
looking at my notes, I want to interject a little bit here, and I want to, because I'm on a big negative spree, and I'd like to continue that negative spree for just a second.
I love your
because I really want to ask your opinion on something that's positive following this.
Sure.
So Motorfest, the crew Motorfest.
Yes.
I don't understand why they're making this game.
You know what? I don't know either. Before we're not gonna get into anything really big right now because we're not there yet. But all I'm gonna say is that I think they're trying to compete with Forza.
I think that's a mistake because the Crew 2 already doesn't have the biggest of followings.
No,
and I think it's a solid game, and I know that they're doing another season of it, and I think like true follow up to that would be good, but I don't understand what this game even is.
No,
I've watched their section of this twice, and the only thing that I really pulled from it is that it's playlist based.
Yes, they did say that,
and that it happens in Hawaii.
Yeah,
and that doesn't make any sense to me. Why you would want to have the Crew as a franchise, a game that is known for absolutely massive maps and massive open worlds, fun car play, why you would limit that to single states in a playlist-based game. Like I can't tell if it wants to be Horizon, if it wants to be Need for Speed. I can't really tell what it wants to be.
Yeah.
And it looked horrible. And I don't mean like poorly put together. I mean like visually. And I know graphics aren't everything, but in a world where in a world where Forza Motorsport's about to release with 4K 60 ray trace gameplay.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you driving through a city and it looked like literally like a PlayStation 3 game.
It didn't look all that great. And
it looked many years away from being.
Yeah. And honestly, if you're trying to release a game that has like a lot of look at the beautiful landscape, the jungle, the city.
No, the jungle did look dope.
The jungle looked good. I'll say the jungle looked good, but you got to make everything around the same quality though. Because if you don't, then everything else is just gonna topple. You don't have a foundation to have people interested in the game.
Mm-hmm.
If you're really just saying, "Oh, beautiful landscape," but it looks like crap, back it up.
Yeah, I don't understand in a world where you have Gran Turismo and you have Forza Horizon and an upcoming Forza Motorsport.
Yeah,
why you would want something that's just not the Crew 2, right?
Yeah,
like it seems like a waste of time to me, and I feel like it was a waste of a slot for their footage. But
so I said we're not gonna go into the big thing here, but we did. So once we get down the list here, we'll just kind of I don't know. We'll say a little bit. We'll say the release date and whatever, and we'll move on. So this next one, I know you were very excited about this game, and there have been releases with performances before. This one was by a cappella band. Oh, I forget. Free something, I think. Because the only reason I think it's an acapella band is because one of the guy is beatboxing. And even though they didn't have any drum sets, so someone was beatbox, so I assumed it was an acapella band. But the main guy had a guitar, so. But still a cool song. Was not ready for his voice at all. For when he talked and when he sang, oh my god, completely night and day.
That was the weirdest musical performance I've seen in a while.
True. I'm not saying it wasn't weird.
I'm being this whole showcase was up down for me. Like it was either 10 out of 10 or like blah for me.
Yeah.
And we're in the section where everything is blah. Like this musical performance. First off, how long has Skull and Bones been in development?
It's got to be what, 2 years?
It's like
now?
8 years now.
8 years now. Oh, okay. So it was announced 2 years ago. It
was announced shortly after Black Flag came out.
Oh, really? Oh my god, I don't remember that at all. It has been
in development hell for a very long time. Yeah. And Ubisoft's decision to do a musical performance and show random edited snippets of gameplay and announce a closed beta release date baffles me.
Yeah.
Like this, I have zero to no faith that this game will be anything good.
Yeah.
And if it is put together well, I don't think it's going to stand for very long.
I remember you were excited at one point for it.
Oh yeah, I was pumped because I love Black Flag. Black Flag is
so did I. Black Flag was awesome, man.
Even though I would argue it's not an Assassin's Creed game, I fucking love that game so much. And the idea of like Skull and Bones should be so good.
Absolutely.
But I feel like it's too little too late. Yeah. And not only did they do a musical presentation, but it was weird. They started out with one guy had the mic and then he handed it to another guy. And one guy was playing a guitar and it sounded good. But the other guy had like a mandolin. And there's one point in time where he was watching a guy and he was like playing it, but you could just see that he wasn't actually playing it. And then it cut to gameplay and it came back. And then nobody had instruments and everybody had a microphone.
Which is why I thought it was an acapella band. Because acapella, if you don't know what an acapella is, essentially you sing with just your voice, and whatever beats you make, it's by your vocal cords yourself.
Yeah, and they had a guy beatboxing and it made sense.
Which is why I thought.
Why were they sharing the mic at the beginning? Mm-hmm. 2, why were the people playing instruments and then not playing the instruments?
Yeah.
Like it was just such a weird mismatchy.
Very strange.
Are they like, what is this? What are they doing? Are they an acapella group? Like, why are they pretending to play instruments? Why even if they're an acapella group, why even give them
instruments? Why give them instruments? Exactly, yes.
It was so weirdly directed that I couldn't I paid honestly little no attention to the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
Which was the focus of which was supposed to be the focus of that.
Yeah, it was the music was
a mess.
The music was supposed to enhance the gameplay itself to make it look, they're pirates are gonna plunder.
And I'm all for doing a live musical performance.
Oh, absolutely. You just gotta do it. It's gotta mesh.
whatever year Ori and the Will of the Wisps was announced.
I don't remember.
They did at that E3, Microsoft had the composer come out and they did a live performance
That's
of the
cool.
music
Oh,
from the
yeah.
game
That's cool.
while they were doing the gameplay demo, and it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that's like, that should be the standard. This was the exact opposite.
Yeah, I think it was the Game Awards last year or the year before that. They had PlayStation that brought out composers and they played the music from their games. It goes to Tsushima, God of War. They did that.
Oh yeah,
it
had the flute guy.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone loved flute guy. Like
flute guy was awesome. They did a fantastic job. So yeah, music in a release date is great. Live music is fine. But you gotta find the right person to do it.
The Game Awards. Yeah, the Game Awards that the year Red Dead Redemption came out.
Yes.
They had Jose Gonzalez there. And he played a live version of the song that I can't remember the title of it. The song that he plays when you're riding to Mexico, that awesome he played that live with gameplay and quotes and stuff behind him. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
But
so if you guys are interested in
continue, because I'm gonna rant.
Yeah, I know you. If you guys want to play Skull and Bones, or try to get into this closed beta, it's from the 25th to the 28th, and you can go to skullandbonesgames.com to register, and hopefully you can get in. So
hopefully it's not a fucking dumpster fire.
I don't know what's gonna be, man. After Skull and Bones, they did a machine gun of different stuff, DLCs, games that are coming out soon or out right now. So we're just gonna go, we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna machine gun, maybe have a word or two about each.
I'll let you do all of that because I only have one thing to say on it, and it's at the very end.
So first one was Anno 1800. They are celebrating 25 years of it. As far as I know, what is it? A medieval, a very old city building game. I don't know what Anno is. Didn't really care. So next one after that, we have For Honor, new season, year 7. It was year 7, season 2, comes out June 15th. Trackmania is out right now on all platforms like PC, Switch, consoles. And then you have Mario & Rabbids with the next DLC coming soon. That's really all they say. They go to a new planet. Some creepy looking rabbit person comes out. Next is Roller Champions, released June 27th, and they have I forget the Rude Beats or whatever characters as DLC.
Jet Set Radio Future characters.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Roller Champions. I'm about it. Never mind. I forgot about that one. I'm about it. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. So then after that, if you're a fan of Brawlhalla, Master Chief is coming to a crossover with Brawlhalla. They're bringing in Master Chief. They're bringing in the Arbiter as characters. That's coming out on July 12th. Did I say Roller Champions comes out June 27th?
I don't.
Well, now I'm going to say Roller Champions comes out June 27th. Master Chief and Brawlhalla comes out July 12th. Next is Riders Republic as a Skate add-on on September 26th. I'm assuming they're talking about the Skate game from like the 360. I think
they're adding skateboarding if it's not already in it.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, it's adding skateboarding. That's exactly what it is. They're adding skateboarding. That's what it means. And then the final of that machine gun was another Mario Rabbids DLC, but apparently this one is with Rayman. And they said it comes out later in 2023.
I'm about it. I'm excited because Rayman is one of my earliest memories of gaming. Like I had a Rayman learning game thing on my computer and it taught me math when I was little. It was awesome. And I wanted to say, I want to see more Rayman. Like I don't want him to be another Sam Fisher where he's not in his own game anymore. Rayman Legends was killer. Please make another one. Please make any kind of Rayman game.
Yeah.
They're so good.
So that's all the machine guns. Couple of we did talk about it a little earlier before I started recording. The Crew 2 is coming out with a new season as well. I didn't write it down. I completely forget, but it is releasing I think sometime soon as well. So if you're a fan of Crew 2, a new season. So after all that machine gunning, we did talk about the Crew Motorfest, which is a brand new game coming out from Ubisoft. We're not going to say any more on it since we already talked about it. They have a closed beta on July 21st to the 23rd, and the game itself releases on September 14th of this year. Yes, this year. So now it's my turn to be a little giddy because I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. They showed a couple of things. So they showed.
I really want to hear your opinion on one of these.
Okay. So the first they show is the VR MetaQuest game, Assassin's Creed Nexus. This is the first ever Assassin's Creed VR game. There was no actual gameplay. It was a lot of cinematic stuff, but you kind of get the idea of what's probably gonna happen. All I really know is that you like the fact that you can move the blades in and out of your wrists. Still think it's cool. I'm not a big VR guy, but I think it'll be very interesting to see.
So the gist from what I'm getting and what I'm hearing from some other stuff too is that it's going to be first person.
Yeah.
It's going to feature 3 assassins.
Yes.
It's going to feature Connor, my boy. It's going to feature everyone's favorite, or at least he should be, Ezio. And it's going to feature Cassandra.
Yes.
And I think that's a solid lineup because those are probably
the
3 best assassins. Yeah. Sorry, Altair, like you're the OG.
Yeah, you're the original. I know.
Actually, you know what? I'd put Altair before Connor, but
nah, what are you gonna do?
Connor's underutilized and underappreciated.
He is.
So I'm glad that he's here.
Yeah, when I did my Assassin's Creed playlist streams, when I played Assassin's Creed 3, I forgot how much fun it was playing Connor, how fluid the movement was, how awesome how decent the combat was too.
I could rant about that game all day. It's
I know.
So underappreciated.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's going to be first person. There's going to be parkouring.
Yes, there's going to be parkouring.
You're going to have access to bows, axes.
Yep, different weapons. Yep, the
all the good shit.
Oh yeah.
So it's going to be what seems to be like a movement based game.
Yes.
My only concern, like as much as I'm hyped for, it's called Assassin's Creed Nexus VR. I love the idea. I think that their consumer base is going to be incredibly limited on who can play it.
Oh, sure.
Because first off, how many people own a VR headset?
True.
It's still low. I mean, you've got PSVR 2 out there. You've got a third MetaQuest coming. You've got all kinds of PC VR stuff. There's no shortage of things and shortage of people that have them.
Yeah.
But the main problem is motion sickness exists.
That was my first. I was like, you're jumping, and they jump far. I don't have motion sickness, and that's making me sick.
Yeah. I know some people that do really well with locomotion.
Yeah. That
don't do very well when they have to be in the air. Anything where your brain thinks your feet are on the floor, but you're looking down. It's like it can create a sense of vertigo.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, especially if there's any kind of like additional axis of movement, like that's what gets me in motion sickness for VR is if I get in a cockpit, I'm still trying to overcome motion sickness in cockpit based games. Anything where I can turn upside down, my brain can't do it. But I suffered from motion sickness in VR for a long time. I almost sold all my stuff at one point.
It is something to get used to. Yeah.
Yeah, but I got my sea legs, so to speak. And
there you go.
I wonder if I will be able to play Nexus. And I really want to. I think it's got a lot of VR potential and could set up a lot of good. A lot of good games.
For sure. Yeah.
Now, if you're interested in what that could be like, sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, go ahead. Go, please.
If you're interested what this game could be like, there's a game called Aspire VR. It's basically Metal Gear Solid in VR. Yeah, you've got all kinds of stealth missions. There's melee, there's guns, it's probably going to be something similar in that vein.
Probably
is the closest comparison that I can think of.
There's always so much to do with VR.
Yeah. So that or even Boneworks actually, because Boneworks has a lot of fluid movement.
Yeah, they do.
Like that. So if you're interested in imagine that, but Assassin's Creed and it's probably going to be a great time.
It's going to be something interesting. They didn't show any gameplay. Maybe they might show some later because the big thing is going to be the parkour. How's that's going to go and how's that's going to look.
Mm-hmm. If that's hard and if it's not on rails, it might be an experience that could be negative for a lot of players.
Mm-hmm. So this next one, this is one of the codename games that they have. You have Hetz, you have Red, but they talked more about Jade. Jade is their Chinese location game. It is a phone game, so if you want to pre-register for it, which I did, and hopefully I get a download code, or for some reason, or let me download off the Google Play App Store. It's Assassin's Creed codenamejade.com. A lot of long names for these websites. It's just they were able to grab the full name, I guess. They didn't really show a lot. Only because I don't think they have anything developed yet. And I think they're just showing us little snippets of what it could look like. Like there was a little bit of like fighting of like with the spear, what some of the layout could look like in China. Um, Other than
I
that,
love that polearm combat, man.
oh
It
yeah, the
made me
polar
like,
combat looked really good.
I
It
loved it.
did
It
look
looked
really good.
so good.
Yes, looks very very good.
Yeah, this is the mobile game that I think if they're gonna make one, they should make. It gives me kind of a reminiscent vibe of, I don't know if you ever played Assassin's Creed Liberation.
Yes, that's the DLC for 3.
Yes, but originally it was a PlayStation Vita game. PlayStation Vita, which however you want to pronounce it.
Oh, really? I didn't know
I've
that.
always said Vita, but it's apparently Vita.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, it was originally a PlayStation Vita exclusive.
Ooh.
And I liked it, but I don't know. I don't remember how well it was received. It received well enough that they made the HD
Yes, which I
version
have.
of it
Yeah.
for 3, right? But that is kind of the vibes it gives me, and I think that could work, but I'm so skeptical of mobile in today's market.
I know,
Like,
right? It's not ready. I don't think it's ready yet. As much as
I worry that it's gonna be so
well, it's like,
microtransaction-y.
oh, I know. That's what you got to worry about, right? Because a lot of these things are like, hey, you can get ahead in this game, but you got to pay for it.
What I'd like them to do is I'd like them to consider making that on like the Switch or something.
That'll be
Like
cool.
keep it mobile, but
yeah, but like put it on a console.
Not a piece of shit mobile game, you know?
Yeah, so we'll just have to see what Jade looks like. And it's again, it's one of the codename ones. Maybe all the codenames are mobile this time because
I hope not.
Well, I know, me neither. But the last set of the trilogy, like Chronicles, was all 2D action scrollers. So it could be a theme there.
Could be. I want to like it because I think it looks interesting and I think it has potential. But
yeah, I know. So I'm so excited because in PlayStation they set a release date. They didn't show a lot, but now there's like 10 minutes of gameplay video, and I am so excited. I can't wait.
I've been wanting to hear your opinion on this for a while. Since I watched it, I was like, I can't wait to hear Beziie talk about this. Because you just replayed all of those
Assassin's I did, yes. I played all the old style. I didn't play the.
Go watch Bezie's VODs. They're great. Like they were great watches. I've watched many of them lurking. And I know you love that old school Assassin's Creed style.
I do. It's so
and this looks like a return to form.
It is, and I'm so excited. And you know what? They did say that the move was going to be Unity based. Not very true. It is very fluid, but it's kind of more like a jumpy Altair. A little bit. Just a little bit.
Unity's movement is underrated.
Like, yes,
Unity is some of the best parkouring in the whole franchise.
Very exaggerated. It's very exaggerated, but it still looks good. But you know what? I looked at this movement. You know what? It's simple, and simple is good because of everything that we've seen of all the movement of the newer games that are more RPG based. You kind of want something to come back into when you're talking about Assassin's Creed Mirage when it comes to going back into the stealth and to just wanting to be quiet. And then not just be all boo.
It's more Assassin's Creed, less Witcher.
Yes.
And I'm about that.
Yes.
I never really resonated with the new Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, because neither did I.
They don't do The Witcher as good as The Witcher does. And I just, if there's any other RPGs I'd rather play than an Assassin's Creed game that doesn't even really have an assassin in it.
No, that's the thing, right? Yeah. I know. So, just give you a little backstory.
I want to know what you think of the magic of it, though.
Oh, I saw. Yeah, they showed off one of Bassine's abilities, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. How does he do that? I would love to know. So
I would really like to see the in-lore description of that, and it really reminded me of Sam Fisher.
Yes.
I'm going to keep referencing Sam Fisher until he gets his own fucking game. But it was definitely that like mark and target kind of thing.
Yes, the mark and target, the chain assassination. And you know what they did? So there were a few things in the later games that I agree they brought in, because they did bring back the chain assassinations where you throw a dagger after you kill. I think that's correct. I think that's something they would do. Yes.
I think bringing back the eagle is a great
Yes.
idea because the eagle is a very good mechanic.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was something to get to replace the sense, because the sense was always a later on type of thing, but now we don't know if Basim has the bloodline from Odyssey.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the whole like eagle vision thing was like a Desmond ancestor thing.
yes, it was.
And then they needed something else
Yes.
to replace that to
Yeah.
not be like,
And the
a
eagle was the thing.
Desmond thing.
Yeah.
Eagle was the thing, and I'm about it. I mean, I'd like to see some different animals too.
Oh, of
Like
course.
maybe you
Maybe.
take control of a cat or something.
That'd be cool.
But
No, but you know what? I like the fact that they made a challenge for the eagle, because you can't just go around and find everything
yes.
anymore. You got to take down these marksmen, because if they see your eagle, they will shoot at it. You can't use them. So you got to go in there, find the marksman, kill them, and then you're good to use your eagle to find your targets. This is really impressing me a lot. And yeah, it looked a little janky, but you know what? The mechanics, the gameplay really took it for me. I may be a little biased.
I want to know what you think of stealth first, action last resort, which is basically their description of how the game is going to play. Because like the last 3 Assassin's Creeds have been really combat. Like
yeah, it's combat
you could
based.
be stealthy, but
it's better to be combat. If you're strong enough, just fight everybody.
Yeah, you're gonna end up fighting everybody anyway in the boss battles. So
you know what? And I think if they make the hand-to-hand combat less effective, then I think that stealth first approach is going to be the bigger thing. There is crafting, I believe I saw in Mirage, but you know what? It's not thing too bad. You can buy stuff from the store, and you can get for what I saw in the test, you can get all these items later on in the game. There's no progression. You can start off with one thing or maybe stay with one thing. But yeah, I really liked this gameplay. It looked really good. Hell, even the dive, the dive into the, oh my god. Assassin's Creed fans, please kill me because I can't remember the dive.
Leap of Faith?
Thank you. Leap of Faith. I should be shot. But yeah, the Leap of Faith looks really decent.
So I fanboyed a little bit when he dropped into the bureau from the roof.
Yes.
Like in Assassin's Creed 1. I was like, yes, we're back at this time of Assassins.
Yes.
It had me watching everyone's outfits. Like,
yes.
Do they have the missing ring finger?
You know what? I didn't look. I didn't think about it. They might.
Oh, they all do. They're all missing their ring fingers.
I thought so. Yeah, if it's going back that far.
The main character even has that little guard thing that covers his
I never noticed
his other fingers. Like it's their attention to detail for it is great.
Oh my god.
I'm very much liking that it's taking the old idea of Assassin's Creed. Like it feels very much like Assassin's Creed if Assassin's Creed 1 was remade. In the best way. Because it's a totally new story.
Yes.
They're doing the thing that Assassin's Creed does really well, where they're making you question who's the good guy.
Oh yeah.
Because there's every character is asking like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Maybe you should act for yourself. Like, do you know what the truth is?
Yeah.
They're going back to you feel like an assassin.
Yes.
Like they're going back to the old ways with the eagle feather swiping and
yes.
It's like it feels like a modern stealth game too. Like you can actually crouch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the crouching is really nice. So I saw the crouch like, oh my god, they brought crouching. Thank God.
There's like 37 ways to tackle one room. Like it's I'm impressed.
The one little I was gonna say the one little attention to detail I found was cool was that when he walked up to that group of women and said, "Just act natural," and they started talking. They have conversations. Like you see the conversations. That's so cool. Like it's something they haven't really done before. It's the fact that he talks to them and say, "Hey, act natural," because they know it's something that's not right. It's a little thing I know. It's a little thing I noticed. I thought was really cool.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's the first thing that's made me feel like the golden era of Assassin's Creed could be back. Yes. Like, because I feel like after 3, even though I love 4, it's not an Assassin's Creed game. Like the Assassins play so little a part in that story that it's
Black Flag. Yeah, it's all about Edward.
It's irrelevant.
All about
it's irrelevant. And just nothing captured the magic for me after the Ezio trilogy, and
Mm-hmm.
3 did actually. So 3 did in its own like
Way.
contained way.
Yeah.
But like those first 1 through 3, those first 5 games,
Yeah.
yeah, 5, like nothing lived up to that for me, and I feel like this
Mm-hmm.
game's gonna. And I'm
Yeah.
so pumped for it.
So am I. So am I. And you know what? I can't wait. And you know what's really funny? Because if you haven't seen the PlayStation Showcase, they did say that this release date is October 12th. That's like 4 months away.
Well, I'm looking forward to your live stream of it. So
Oh, I'm going to
it'll be
100%.
fun.
Oh, it's so much good. So
And the
much good.
parry is back.
Yes.
That combat when he
I
comes
did
at
see
you,
the,
and
yes,
he
I did see the
parries
parries.
him and counters. I was like, yes.
Yes, the parry is back. That's why I think the
Combat
hand
at
combat is
one's
going to
back.
be less effective, I think. So now I know I kind of went giddy and all that stuff for Mirage. Now this next one, I think might be your turn to giddy about a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible with this one because
So
this is my bread and butter.
So the final thing that Ubisoft showed was a 15-minute gameplay trailer for Star Wars Outlaws coming out in 2024. Hare?
This game looks to me like a great, interesting fusion of the Uncharted series and Red Dead Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
There's elements of like Firefly in it to me, like it's a space western.
Mm-hmm.
Their choice of timeline is great too. This is happening, I believe, between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi.
I believe so.
At the beginning, you see Han Solo frozen in carbonite. So like that's where we are. The Empire's at like the height of its power.
Yeah.
You're this space cowboy outlaw
Mm-hmm.
going from job to job, and it seems to be open world, a la Red Dead Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
But the intro to it seems so Uncharted because you're
sneaking
through this area, you're climbing around stuff. They had a great vehicle chase scene, which is so Uncharted, and it's just there's so much that has potential in it. And I mean, it could be an absolute dumpster fire because Ubisoft games either hit or miss.
They do.
I remember being really pumped, just noticing kind of every little thing that was going on. So like your blaster, you can switch out the blaster module. You can have ion shots, stun shots. So like you can do a non-lethal approach. Probably, I would
you
be
can.
my assumption.
There's stun focused and normal.
Shots. I like the use of Nyx, your little companion. I actually know what species that is. I don't have it written down, which makes me really mad. But I actually looked up what his species was because he's fucking adorable.
Yes.
But yeah, the only thing that concerns me really about it is in the scene where they're talking to the Imperial officer, you have a dialogue choice.
Yes.
I really don't care for dialogue choices when it comes to a Star Wars game because they kind of mess with canon, you know? Like if this is going to be a canon episode of something, like I really need it to make sense.
I think
and as long as it's well, not even, I don't even care for it if that's the case. So like let's reference a game like Hogwarts Legacy, where I hate to reference Hogwarts Legacy, but you make decisions in Hogwarts Legacy, like you make dialogue choices, and they have no outcome on what happens whatsoever. I hate that. Artificial choices.
No, it doesn't do anything. No.
Just show me what happens. Like you're going to tell me the same story anyway, just show me how it goes. And that's kind of what I want out of this. I want you to show me how it goes, but you also kind of can't do that in an open world game.
Yeah.
So what's neat is you can get in your ship and just leave atmosphere and be in space.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
No.
Yeah.
So you're telling me I get an Uncharted Red Dead game where I can fly in space and hyperspace all over the place?
Hyperspace, like going space battles.
I'm day one.
Yeah.
I'm day one with this. Absolutely. The protagonist looks good. Your companion looks great. Her little creature guy, Nyx, is so awesome. Using him to like distract people or fetch guns. There's a lot that could be really good about this.
Thought that was cool when he made that, where she made Nitz go get an item and bring it back to you. That's cool.
He grabbed the assault rifle.
Yeah, grabbed the assault rifle. Yeah.
Yeah. It was great. It was a great decision.
Yeah.
And
I think they said in the beginning that this was an original story. So I don't know if it's canon or not in the universe.
They called it an Ubisoft original, I think. But I don't remember seeing an original story.
I don't remember if they said it was an original story or not.
I would say probably not. They don't usually do anything with Star Wars that's not canon.
Okay.
Like for example, the Jedi games, Fallen Order and Survivor.
Yeah.
Are canon happenings, right?
Oh, okay.
So Cal Kestis exists in the Star Wars universe. Like he's not.
Oh, gotcha.
They're actually very, very picky. I'm gonna keep this part really short, because this could go in depth. They're very picky about who they give Jedis to.
Okay.
Like they don't just let you write about Jedis. And Respawn really had to fight for it because basically everything they do is considered canon. So
okay, I see. Gotcha. Well,
which is why there's no Jedis in this, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So yeah, Star Wars Outlaws looks really cool. You can go in space battles if you get chased by the Imperials, and then you can just go to hyperspace like Hare said. It looks really good. It looks really cool. And you know what? With that ends the Ubisoft Forward 2023. That's it.
Yeah.
That you know what? They didn't do it too badly. There were, like you said, there were definite ups, definite downs for this showcase.
So here's the thing with this showcase. First off, Ubisoft, for the love of God, please stop trying to be old, like decade-old E3 stuff.
Yeah.
Stop with the pre-shows. Stop with the musical numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Stop with the trying to be funny. Just let your games speak for themselves, because that's all viewers want. That's all I want.
Oh yeah.
I just want you to be like, oh hey, here's the next game from this studio. This is what we've been working on. Blah blah blah.
That's why I thought
30 seconds or less, show me footage.
That's why I thought PlayStation did so well, because that's exactly what they did. They went.
That's exactly what Microsoft did too.
Oh, I didn't see the Microsoft one yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for listening and watching us talk about Ubisoft Forward 2023. If you guys don't know who Hare Blitz is, he is a great streamer. He has many socials: Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. I may be wrong there.
I'm never on Instagram.
No Instagram, but you can find his stuff. He does TikTok a lot, like a video a day, at least a video a day.
I currently put 2 videos a day on YouTube Shorts and TikTok.
YouTube Shorts, yes, YouTube Shorts for sure. But yeah,
in fact, I might be moving to YouTube.
Ooh, little announcement there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys want to see me and Joker talk about PlayStation Showcase, please comment down below and like, comment, and subscribe. I thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks for listening and watching. Bye.